in the news. What is going on, guys? SkiveWalker here, and today, if you couldn't tell just by that intro, just by spreading the news, we are talking about the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, the baby Bombers. I haven't gotten to talk about them in a few days, so here we are. What is going on in the Bronx? What is going on with the evil empire? What is this team doing? Well, to be honest with you, I couldn't really tell you. Some games they look like the best team in baseball, and other games they look like they're completely lost. Let's go back to Monday and Tuesday against the Miami Marlins, one of the worst teams in baseball. Monday, the Yankees won 12-1. Severino looked like the absolute ace that he is. He is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 Ks. I can understand why Aaron Boone pulled him. You don't need to blow him for that game. You're already up. You were up pretty big in that game. No reason to blow Severino when you can just throw a couple bullpen guys at it to finish it off. Then he had Adam Warren come in, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Good outing. Chase and Shreve struggled a little bit. 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, gave up a run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Struggled a little bit. Betances, you never know what's going to happen. Betances was excellent as he came in with 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 Ks. That's the Betances that we've come to know and love, but you can't really count on Betances all the time. A couple more notes about Monday's game. Didi went 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He had 2 home runs. Didi Gregorius has just been absolutely amazing this year. Aaron Judge went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He had a homer. Gary Sanchez, 3 of 4, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 K. We're just going to skip over Mr. Stanton's stats because he didn't have a very good day. But all in all, Yankees looked really good on Monday in that 12-1 win. Tuesday, then here's the other side of the coin. Monday they looked unstoppable. Tuesday they looked completely lost as they fall to the Marlins 9-1. Masahiro Tanaka is just not the same Tanaka that we got when he first came to America. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, Tanaka has to go. Tanaka is just way too inconsistent for this team. You got to find a replacement for him, whether at the trade deadline, whether calling somebody up. You got to find something because Tanaka's not the answer. Tuesday, Tanaka pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 hits on 7 runs. 6 of them were earned, 2 walks and 5 Ks. Since Tanaka needed that Tommy John surgery and he never got it, he's just not been the same kind of pitcher. And it's pretty depressing. It just was not very good. On the season, he's got a 6.45 ERA. He's just not cutting it as the Yankees' number 2 pitcher. When you have somebody like Severino as your ace, to be able to have that 1-2 punch to make it far in the playoffs, I still think the Yankees are one of the best teams in baseball. Don't misread me. I still think they have a very good chance of winning the World Series, and I think they will win the World Series. But as a team, as your number 2 pitcher, holding a 6.45 ERA, that is very troubling. That is something that the Yankees need to be worried about, that the Yankees need to focus on improving at the trade deadline or by call-ups. Now that April 19th has come and is here, call-ups can be used and not risk losing a year of eligibility down in the minor leagues, which is awesome, so they're not losing a minor league option. But to continue on going from Tuesday, Luis Sessa came in, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Also not a very good outing in 2 innings. Chad Green was fairly good. 1 inning pitched, 1 K. Good inning from him. David Robertson, just perfect. 1 inning, 3 Ks. David Robertson is just absolutely amazing. Going into the lineup, Aaron Judge was 0 for 2, drew 2 walks and a K. Stanton went 0 for 4 and 2 Ks. Giancarlo Stanton, bud, you're trying too hard. You're trying to take it to that short porch in Yankee Stadium way too much. Just be you, man. Just take off a little bit. Just try for line drives up the middle. That's the biggest thing. You just got to go line drives right up the middle. Just go for a base hit. You're a big, strong guy. The power's going to be there if you just try to get base hits up the middle. Didi Gregorius went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Gary Sanchez 1 for 4. Miguel Andujar 2 for 4 with an RBI. Andujar has been struggling this year, but as of late, just the past couple games, Andujar's been ramping it up. He's becoming the hitter that we all thought that he would be. he's a natural hitter. The guy's just going to hit. Whether it's going to take him a few more games in the MLB to get used to it, to get used to the pitching, to get used to how pitchers are going to adjust to him and how he's going to adjust back, the guy's going to hit. I'm not too worried about him. Even when he was slumping, I wasn't too worried about him. He's going to be good. He's going to become a good third baseman for years to come. Pairing him with Gleyber Torres over at second. It's going to be awesome. When Andujar gets his thing moving and Torres gets up here and gets his thing rolling, they have a bright, bright future here in New York and here in the Bronx. It's going to be just fine. We just got to relax. Looking up this upcoming series, it starts tonight at 6:35. A 4-game stretch in New York, in the Bronx, against the evil Toronto Blue Jays. This series is going to be important. We can make up some games in the AL East. We're sitting 3. With as up and down of the season as we've had, it's not terrible. Obviously, everybody wants to be number 1 sitting at this point in the season. Just not our luck. Just not how it's going to work. But hey, 4 games stretch against the Jays. You win all 4. You're right back in second place. Then you're pushing the Red Sox again. You can still be all right here. It's still really, really early in the season. The division's far from won. So this series, though, is going to be an important, getting some momentum going up into the next series. So tonight's matchup on Thursday, April 19th, you have Aaron Sanchez versus CC Sabathia. Aaron Sanchez is coming to the contest with a 1-1 record, 3.66 ERA. CC has yet to get a win, walking in here with a 4.0 ERA. It's his first start back after coming back from the DL. Just a couple more stats that I want to bring up here. Aaron Sanchez, career against the Yankees. Just to get some feedback here of how he's done against the Yankees. Aaron Sanchez, the last game he played against the Yankees was March 30th. He went 5 2/3 of an inning, gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 2 Ks. Before that game, the last time he faced him was in 2016. I wrote down the stats. I can go over them, but let's be honest. 2016, the Yankees were a different team. The Blue Jays were a different team. But in 2016, on April 12th, he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. So he had a pretty decent outing. You can't really ask for a whole lot more from a young guy. June 1st, he went 6 2/3, 7 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Very good outing there. September 6th, 2016, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 4 Ks. So Aaron Sanchez has had some ups and downs against the Yankees. He's very inconsistent against us. But again, 2016 was a long time ago. I mean, it was only 2 years, but in baseball terms, it's a long time. Teams can change so drastically over 2 years. So I would not take those to heart. If I'm gonna make a prediction for Game 1 tonight, if you have any Yankees hitters or any Blue Jays hitters in the lineup, I would make sure that they are playing. I do not believe either of these starters are going to last very long, maybe 4 or 5 innings at the most. CC, with his first game back, I think he's going to struggle a little bit. CC's career against the Blue Jays, his first start this year was on March 31st. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. That's what CC's normally going to give you anymore. He's not the guy who's going to go all 9. He's not going to be able to give you 120 pitches anymore. He's getting up there in age. So for CC, that was a great start. In 2017, around this time, May 3rd, 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. Gave up a dinger, 4 walks, 5 Ks. Struggled in that outing. June 1st, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 7 Ks. July 4th, 2 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 1 K. Again, CC is up and down against the Blue Jays in the last 2 years. This year he had a good start. Last year he was kind of hit or miss against them, just right around this part of the season. So again, if I had to make a prediction for this game, I think the Yankees will win, but I do not think it's going to be a pitcher's duel by any means. I think both pitchers are going to be out here for not very long. Like I said, 4 or 5 innings at the most. If CC can make it 5 innings and give up 2-3 runs, I think for CC that's going to be a good outing. Going into Friday, so April 20th, you have Marco Estrada coming into this game with a 1-1 record, 4.24 ERA, versus Sonny Gray, 1-1 record, 6.92 ERA, which is a very deceiving ERA. Let me just say that right now. 6.92 ERA is not very good. I mean, that's obvious. His first 2 games, he did not pitch that bad. His first game was really good. His second game was about an average game. But that game against Boston really hurt him, really hurt his ERA. He got shelled in that game. So that's why his ERA is so high. Walking into this game, I think the Yankees have a very good chance also in this one. Marco Estrada, the guy. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks. Back in 2017, he faced us on May 1st. 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned, 5 Ks. Gave up a decent amount of hits, but he was able to get some outs and only giving up 1 run. That's a good outing. June 1st, 3 2/3, 9 hits, 7 earned, 2 home runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He struggled. July 5th, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 home runs, 4 walks, 5 Ks. So Estrada, up and down. The last time he faced us on May 1st of this year, the very first game this year, he wasn't bad. 7 innings and 3 runs in 7 innings. Not a bad stat line. Not great, but from a number 4 pitcher, you're not going to complain about that. I mean, it's not bad. Now, when it came to last year, there's just a couple games I wrote down here. May 1st, he was great, and then June 1st and July 5th, he was not great at all. So Marco Estrada can either be really good or really bad. Sonny Gray, this poor guy, since coming to New York, just hasn't had any kind of run support. He pitched against the Blue Jays this year on April 1st, went 4 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 8 Ks. So he was in there 4 innings. He threw a lot of pitches with the first start of the year, so Aaron Boone didn't want to keep him in very long. I can understand that, but he had a very good game, pitched well. Then he faced him July 25th as a member of the Oakland Athletics. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, no earned runs, though. So he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, but none of them were earned, 2 walks and 9 Ks. So he had another good start. August 10th, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 6 Ks. Can't complain about it. September 28th, though, 4.2 innings, 4 2/3 innings, if I can speak, 6 hits, 6 runs, all of them were earned, 2 home runs, 5 walks, and 2 Ks. So Sonny Gray struggled a little bit, but he actually has a track record against the Blue Jays. This one, I hate to say it, Sonny Gray's not going to get the run support. I think he's going to pitch good enough. I think he's going to be able to give us 6, 7 innings strong, but he's not going to get the win or the loss. And I think the Yankees could actually go down in this one, just because Marco Estrada, you never know what you're going to get. And with the Yankees so up and down right now on their lineup, I think they're going to do very well tonight, and then possibly have a little bit of a cool-off game tomorrow. But it could go the other way. The Yankees offense could just finally explode for the first time and then just blow the Blue Jays out of the water. On Saturday, we're looking at Marcus Stroman, who's walking into the contest with an 0-1 record, 7.98 ERA, versus Jordan Montgomery, who's 1-0 with a 4.7 ERA. If anybody knows me, I love Jordan Montgomery. I think he's going to be a great future pitcher for the Yankees. Very excited to have him here. I love the lefty. Next to Severino, he's my favorite pitcher in the rotation. I think he has a very bright future here. And he's not an overpowering pitcher, but he's a very good finesse pitcher. He brings it every night. He's just competitive. He has that will to win. He's only faced the Blue Jays twice, and both of them were in 2017. So he has not faced them this year. This will be his first contest against them. Gumby against the Blue Jays in 2017 on June 3rd. Went 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Good outing. He faced him again on October 1st. Went 5 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 3 Ks. We're going to go onto the Blue Jay side of it. Marcus Stroman against the Yankees. April 1st, he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 4 earned, gave up a homer, 3 walks, 8 Ks. Then he faces in 2017. May 3rd, 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned, 2 home runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks. Faced us again on June 4th. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. In July 3rd, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 dinger, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Marcus Stroman has been struggling a little bit towards the end of last year and even already this year. As I've already said with his ERA, it's at 7.98. But Marcus Stroman is a very good pitcher. Don't let that deceive you. He is still maybe not so much an ace right now, but he's still a very good pitcher. He has the potential to be an ace, but at the low side, he can be really bad like he is right now. But Stroman's a good pitcher. Even though he's got that bad ERA right now and he's been struggling, at any time Stroman can throw 9 shutout innings and look like one of the best pitchers in baseball. But I think on Saturday's game, I think the Yankees are going to take it. I think Stroman's going to continue to struggle against the Yankees. I think Jordan Montgomery's going to go out there with about 6 innings strong, maybe give up a run or 2, but just going to have a good old Jordan Montgomery start. And we're going to be looking towards Sunday, up 2-1, where we have Jaime Garcia, who's coming into the contest 2-0 with a 3.86 ERA. He was absolutely horrible last year for the Yankees. Versus Luis Severino, the ace, the number 1 pitcher, one of the best pitchers in baseball, like I've already said, who's coming into the contest with a 3-1 record, 2.63 ERA. Can't talk enough about Luis Severino. The guy is just a superstar. The only bad start he had was in Boston. He was tipping his pitches a little bit. Couldn't really get a control of the slider, and I think both of those kind of led into it, but tipping his pitches was the biggest issue. So he struggled against Boston. Other than that, he's been lights out this year. Jaime Garcia has never faced the Yankees before. As far back as I can go is 2008. And unless I missed a game or two, I have not seen where he faced the Yankees. So this will be his first contest against us. Whereas Severino has faced against them this year. On March 29th, he went 5 2/3 on opening day, 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. He had a good game for an opening day start. He faced him last year in 2017 on May 1st, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Not a very good outing there. June 14th, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, and 7 Ks. Not too terrible. Pretty good start, actually. Lots of strikeouts. Only gave up 1 home run. I didn't delve too deep into it, so it's probably a 2-run bomb that he gave up. 6 hits, you can't complain about it in 7 innings. That's what you want from an ace right there. In 2016, he faced him, but it was just an inning of bullpen right before Severino became the starter that we have come to know and love. So in 2016, he faced him for an inning. Gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 1 K, so he struggled a little bit there in that 1 inning of work. But I think that's going to be another W for the New York Yankees. I don't see the Blue Jays winning against Severino. I don't see Severino struggling in that game. So all in all, I think this series is going to go down 3-1. I think the Yankees are going to take 3-1. Unfortunately, Sonny Gray's series, I think, is going to be the game that they lose. So tomorrow, I think, is going to be the game that they end up dumping 1. But I don't think it's going to be because of Sonny Gray. I think Sonny Gray is going to pitch very well. I think the Yankees' bats are going to come alive this series, other than Game 2. But the one thing you got to remember, it's so early in baseball. It's so cold. Batters just don't want to swing in it. If they hit it wrong, they're going to be hurting the rest of the day. I'm not making excuses why teams are struggling to hit, but especially for a team like the Yankees who rely on the long ball and rely on the home runs, playing the cold just hurts. I mean, not so much physically, but the ball just goes. I believe it was every degree of the ball is 2 feet less far. How can I word this here? For every degree, the ball flies 2 feet shorter. I believe that's the correct statistic. I could be wrong, but it's right around there. So it just as how cold as it's been, the ball's not flying as much. But hopefully the weather's looking up here in Northeast Ohio. So I believe it's going to be right around the same in New Jersey and in New York and in the Bronx. So hopefully with the weather warming up here, the bats will come alive and the ball will have a little bit more bounce off the bat. So I have a lot of faith in this Yankees team. Like I said, even though they've been struggling, they're sitting around 8-8. They're third in the AL East. I'm not concerned about this team. I'm not ready to hit the panic mode. I'm not ready to ship everybody out except for Tanaka. I am ready to ship him out.
Even Betances, as much as I love Betances and the potential that Betances has is just absolutely incredible. You just got to get the inconsistency off, and the Yankees got to get healthy. Brandon Drury's on the DL with his migraines. Greg Bird's still on the DL. Tyler Austin's about to get suspended here for the fight in Boston. We just don't have healthy bodies. Neil Walker's been struggling. I would not be surprised to see Gleyber Torres called up here soon. Probably not today. But if Tyler Austin does get suspended, then you're looking really low at the second base position because Neil Walker will slide over to first, and you really don't have anybody other than Neil Walker to play first base. So if anything would happen to Neil Walker, you're kind of done. Then you're only relying on Ronald Torreyes, who's a very good backup. I like Little Toe. Solid ball player, gutsy ball player, clutch, very good hitter. You don't want him playing every day, of course. But with the way Neil Walker's struggling, they can always put Austin Romine at first too, but if you put him at first, then Gary Sanchez really doesn't have a backup. If anything were to happen, then I guess in that situation you move Neil Walker over. But I think the more likely scenario is once Tyler Austin's suspension activates, and there's no doubt he's going to get suspended. He's appealing it right now. But there's no doubt he's going to get suspended, and rightfully so. As much as I love fighting in baseball and the mound charges and the mound visits and going after them, if you fight in baseball, you're going to be suspended. That's just the way it is. He deserved it. The Red Sox guy deserved it. It is what it is. I'll take those suspensions any day of the week. Those are fun to watch. And the best part is the appealing process where you can still play games for a while until MLB gets around to looking at the case and looking at the footage. But he's going to get suspended. If I was sitting here saying that he was not going to get suspended, that's homer. I mean, that's just a homer call. He's going to get suspended. He deserves to be suspended. He got hit, slammed the bat on the ground, and then charged. And then swung and missed and fell and embarrassed himself doing that. But Tyler Austin's has been pretty solid this year, so he's going to be hurting to lose. But if you could put Neil Walker at first or even Austin Romine at first, I think once that happens, you're going to see Gleyber Torres get called up. I mean, he's batting right around 350 this year. He struggled in spring training, but he was out with the Tommy John surgery all last year. So, hey, takes games to get ready. Takes games to develop. He wasn't 100% ready for the major leagues last year, and they're waiting for him to be 100% ready so that way when he does get called up, he is a superstar from day one. Basically, from prospect-wise, he's one of the guys who are a can't-miss, where obviously there is some risk, and obviously he could very well not pan out. But the odds on this guy panning out to not panning out, or being a superstar to being just a role player, everybody around the league thinks this guy's going to be a superstar. He's the number one prospect in the Yankees organization. He's like number 4 or 5 in baseball. The guy is just going to be good, and he's only 21 years old. He's going to be the second baseman for the foreseeable future. He's a natural shortstop, but with Didi Gregorius there, you're not moving Didi out of short. I mean, you're just not. He's one of the best hitters on the team, probably second best behind Aaron Judge, or even better than Aaron Judge as an all-around hitter, or overall hitter. So you're not moving Didi from short. So you move him at second. You put Andujar at third. You have a young core there to play third, short, and second. And if Greg Bird could ever stay healthy for a whole year and stop breaking his stinking foot, then you have a good infield that you're going to have for the next 10, 15 years. So things are looking up in New York. I'm still not worried about Giancarlo Stanton. I see that he got moved down to the order. The update just came across my phone. I have not looked into it. I have not seen how far down he's dropped. But he does deserve to be dropped in the order. He shouldn't be batting third right now. He's just been struggling too much. He's been putting too much pressure on himself, but he'll be all right. As soon as it warms up and as soon as he gets comfortable, he's gonna go on a hitting machine. And luckily, Aaron Judge has been right there. Gary Sanchez has been coming up recently, and Didi Gregorius has just been phenomenal. So, all in all, the Yankees are right where I figured that they would be at the start of the year. I'm not gonna panic. I I guess I shouldn't say I thought that they were going to be 8-8. I thought they'd be kind of winning the division right now, be leading the division. But I also didn't think Boston would go on a franchise career start. I mean, Boston's been amazing, as horrible as that is to say, and now I got to wash my mouth out with soap for saying that. But Boston's been playing good. Tip your cap to them. It is what it is when you start off that hot, especially when you've never done that in franchise history. Hey, the rest of us got to play catch-up now. They're setting the tone. We just got to answer the tone. So, other than that, guys, I don't have a whole lot else to say. Other than I still think the Yankees are going to win the World Series. I'm not worried about Giancarlo Stanton. Aaron Judge is looking like the MVP form that we had him last year. So everything's looking good in New York. Despite the record, despite the struggles with pitching like we knew what we would have, we just got to wait it out, see what happens. Then we can make some moves. It's still early on. It's still really, really, really early. You're not even a month into the season yet. You're 3 weeks in. So don't need to panic no matter who you root for. Either the team's doing great, your team's not doing great. You're only 3 weeks in. Lots and lots and lots of baseball left to play. So good luck to everybody out there. Hope your fantasy teams are doing well. I'm sitting at 2-0, getting ready to be 3-0. This week I'm facing Har Binks. He's in our fantasy league along with the Fett. We are all in a fantasy league. Me and the Fett are sitting at 2-0 in fantasy. One of the two, there's only 3 teams left undefeated in our fantasy baseball league. Me and him are 2 of the 3, so pretty awesome there. Hope your fantasy team's doing well. Other than that, guys, go Yankees. Start spreading the news. SkiveWalker signing off. Peace!